Do you want to know practical ways that you can use to write high converting Google ads? In a video a couple of weeks ago, I showed you the theory on how to write high persuasive, high converting Google ads for your Google ad campaigns. In today's video, I want to go through with you 5 ad examples of low performing ads and reconstruct them into high performing ads. This video is all about applying the theories that I spoke to you about a few weeks ago, implementing those best practices and hacks to lower your cost per acquisition of a lead or a sale, and overall improving the performance of your Google ad campaigns. So let's jump straight in. A couple of weeks ago, I released a YouTube video on my channel titled How to Write Perfect Google Ads Every Time. It was a fantastic video going through the theory on how to write high persuasive, high converting Google ads for your campaigns. I had a couple of comments on that video about having more examples, more practical advice on how to improve ads from low converting into high converting ads. And that in nature is what this video is all about. I want to thank one of my viewers, Sadiq, for commenting and bringing up the topic for this video. As you can see with Sadiq's comment, he asked me to produce a video about providing more examples of turning poor ads into good ads. And so I thank you, Sadiq, for the comment, and here is today's video. So without any further ado, let's jump over to my computer and we'll get stuck into today's lesson. Okay, so here we are at my computer. With first things being first, I would love if you click that subscribe button and click the like button for this video. It does give me a tremendous amount of help getting my videos just a few more views each and every week, and it allows me to dedicate more time to these videos as they're free and my time is very thin at the moment. So I really would appreciate the pat on the back with the click of the subscribe button and that like button. And also, don't forget, if you have any feedback or you'd like to request any topics for me to discuss within these YouTube videos, just like Sadiq did, comment in the YouTube section below, and I'd love to create a video for you or the topic that you mentioned, or I'd love your feedback, good or bad. Okay, so how do we go about transforming ads from poor performing ads into better performing ads or high converting ads that will lower your cost per acquisition? What I want to do in this video, as I mentioned, is go through some ads that I found around the internet. I have no affiliation with these companies. I've never done any work for them. I've never had an inquiry from them. I've done no work for them, and I don't know them other than my research that I conducted to create this video. So what I'm going to do is jump straight into the first ad. So the first business is a roofing repair business, and we can see this is the ad that I found within the search results for their Google ad campaign. So you can pause the video if you wish to read and to get a deeper understanding of the ad. But essentially, roof repairs, award-winning master roofers, that they then state the business name, phone number, domain name, etc. We move into the descriptions and we can see we provide high quality slate roof installations that stand the test of time. Now, kind of a bit of a generic benefit feature orientated first sentence there. A little bit of a sentence where you could probably say so what, or there's no way to substantiate that, or they haven't substantiated, they haven't backed up the claim that they've put forth. They move on to say, we know how to keep your property roof looking its best. Again, a little bit more of the same, a bit of a generic kind of benefit. They're trying to hit emotion, but I feel like they haven't, the emotion of perhaps quality or a bit of status or ego, saying that your roof might be a little bit better than your neighbors, so to speak. Then we move on to the call to action. Contact us today, 100% satisfaction led roofing. Now, I actually did a little bit more deeper digging here, and I decided to click the $100 off tab. I can't remember if I clicked the which one of these links here, but it was one of the $100 off accepted quote kind of promotions that they have. The landing page didn't work. Now that's the first no-no, of course, but I just done that because I was curious around the offer. Now, a couple of things that I did find with the landing page that they sent to. Now, this is the landing page that ad that I just showed you is sending traffic to. Now, one of the big and first glaring issues, and I see this all the time with people with their ad copy and their landing pages, they're incongruent. So if you remember from the ad, and we will go back to it in just a moment, that they were talking about being award-winning roofers. But on this landing page, we see no proof of that, and we actually see no mention of that. So that's a pretty big disconnect when you click the ad based upon that, well, these people must be good because they're award-winning. I'd like to know more about that award and at least some proof about it. That would help substantiate perhaps the claims they made in the descriptions of the ad. So being incongruent or having that disconnect is a big kind of like no as a poor way to put it. So sometimes fixing your ads and improving them to become higher converting, more persuasive, etc., is not just a single factor process that you need to undertake. Sometimes you need to look at the relationship with the landing page and also fix the landing page, making sure that they connect. The intent for the keyword is matched and answered upon on the landing page. So again, we can see the ad here and we see award-winning master roofers, and as you just saw on the landing page, there was no mention of that in any way, shape or form. Now, I did actually find the page that does talk about this. It was incredibly difficult to find. I actually had to use some search operators within the Google search engine to actually find the page. I actually still don't know how to navigate to it within the website. So just a bit of a I don't mean to speak poorly upon this particular business, and hopefully if they ever seen this video, they don't shoot the messenger. It's an opportunity to improve your business and improve your campaigns. So moving along to perhaps what might be a better performing ad. So obviously we would want to change the landing page to meet the intent and the messaging of the Google ad. So there's a relationship there. So there's not a disconnect. The visitor knows that they're landing in the right place. The landing page is answering their intentions and questions, etc. So perhaps this might be a better performing ad for this particular business. Award-winning roofing company. Don't forget, I've fixed the landing page at this hypothetical junction. 2017 won best use of slate. So that law of specificity, so if you're going to make a claim, be very specific with it. Mention specific numbers, things of that nature. The level of specificity increases the credibility and believability of any statement, especially be it verbally, such as I'm talking right now, or be it written as we're going through these Google ads, for example. So for the third headline, I went down the emotional route of status and ego and things of that nature. The reason being is I've done very little work in the roofing world, but I noticed that this particular business was in the slate roofing game. Now, slate is not a cheap roof by any means, so not only does it serve a practical purpose, but there's definitely a huge aesthetic, ego, status, attention kind of seeking element to purchasing a slate roof. There's definitely a trying to feel that emotional need of improving the aesthetic appeal of one's home, so to speak. So I went down stunning, eye-catching roofs. I moved into the description to build upon that just a little bit more. Design a roof that captures the attention of everyone who sees it. So just imagine looking at the window of your home and noticing people drive past that are staring at your home, or people walking past having a look or stopping or taking pictures of your home because the roof looks so nice. Some people would think that way. That's probably a little bit of an extreme, but you get the idea. Now I moved across into the second sentence of the description line. Our gallery has proof. So that was kind of a little bit of a to help back up that our roofs are nice. You can see the proof of that in our gallery, but it was also a little bit of like a micro commitment or a micro kind of call to action in a way of come and see our gallery, come and see the proof, come and see our work. The more you tell, the more you sell. The more in this world, it'd be kind of like the more you see, the more you sell in a way. So a little bit of a unique kind of way to skin that cat and to perhaps get that click, and also the other edge of the sword is to also provide some proof relating to the previous two statements that I've just mentioned within the ad. Next, I moved into another sentence of revamp your home's look with free expert advice from 18 years experience. Get your free quote. So pretty self-explanatory there. Transforming your roof. People love transformations. Again, I give the sense that might be able to be, the transformations might be able to be seen within the gallery. So a bit more proof and credibility through 18 years experience. Again, it's just a bit more of an example of things you can say, things you can't say, or not so much you can't say, but things you can say. And obviously get a free quote. We want to tell the person the actual action that we want them to take. So I'm not saying that this ad would perform better, but there's a lot of principles in there that you'll be able to learn from, and I would have a reasonable bet. I'm not a betting person, but a reasonable bet that this ad may or probably would perform a little bit better than the one that they're running at the moment. Okay, so the next example is a couple of ads actually, and I shouldn't laugh. I really shouldn't laugh because these are some of the worst ads I've ever seen. And they're all together in the one industry, in the one location. It's just mind-boggling, just how poor this is. And we'll go through a couple of them just now, but and we'll go through some of the aspects. So Sydney accountants, obviously, I picked this niche because most people that watch these videos are probably business owners, agency owners. Well, I know that they are business owners and agency owners, and things of that nature. So they have some experience from an accountant. So moving along, we have Sydney accountants, tax assist, making life simple, expert small business accountants, accounting network with 250 offices. A little bit of social proof here. We're big. We must be doing something right to have 250 offices, etc. Other than that, they're just pretty much just talking about the what. A small benefit here, making life simple. Not sure how they're making life simple though. Lack of specificity there is less than ideal. We move along to the next one, very similar, business accountant, calling out a specific portion of the audience. That's okay. Chartered accountants, ANZ, chartered accountants, we're just saying the same thing again, can help businesses manage cash flow, tax, auditing, etc., etc. We're getting some features and benefits there. Again, just talking about the what. No real proof, nothing of anything of really worth talking about there. Not a great ad. The first one was a little bit better than this one, but again, the third one again, unfortunately, is not much better than the first two. It's probably a little bit worse. Accounting firm, make the business work for you. Pretty much a generic statement that's said from every accountant across the world. I have a fair bit of experience doing marketing for accountants across the world, in many different countries, and that stinks. To be honest, it's said time and time again. We will help you save tax and can also show you ways to improve your cash flow. Again, just simple what, just talking about the what, the feature. Not really offering any proof, credibility. There's no uniqueness, no unique mechanism. Again, if you go back to my video on how to write perfect ads, you'll understand the theory of what I'm talking about here. Moving along to young accountants. Just accidentally skipped to the next one there, but young accountants, just tax agent Homebush, call us for a free consultation with our accountants. Probably the less said about that one, the better. Moving across, this was still the same location, same everything, same keyword, just awful. I'm not going to show the landing pages because I'm speaking ill of these businesses probably too heavily as it is, and the landing pages are worse than the ads. Most are going to a home page that is generic and poor in every sense of marketing, copy, imagery, design, social proof, credibility. The list goes on and on and on. Okay, but nonetheless, this is the only subtly neat one, a unique one, I suppose. Or we did see one talking about business accountants, but this one here is trying to call out hospitality, restaurants, cafes, etc. We can see that in the description. Specialist bookkeeping. Specialist what bookkeeping is a specialist to restaurants in the hospitality industry. We don't know. Accounting, and we could somewhat assume, but again, specificity will help there. Accounting and advice for restaurants, cafes, and bars. Okay, I understand that, but again, all the things I've been talking about not mentioned in this ad. Accounting services in Manly. Switch to a specialist today. Specialist as what? Like, what are you talking about? Are you saying that? How are you different? Like a specialist accountant, how is that different to every other accountant? Just makes no sense to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it incorrectly, but it just makes no sense to me. Accounting and tax services are just the start. Okay. We would assume that the landing page hopefully answers that, because they're not really answering that in this ad. We help small businesses prosper. You could loosely relate those two sentences together, but nonetheless, this one was, I've skipped it forward just again. This was the worst one, and I have nothing to do with Gunderson Briggs, and I apologize for that comment. I say that with an element of kindness, of saying that because it's the worst one, you have the most opportunity. If they'll never watch this video, but nonetheless, you get the idea. Gunderson Briggs Chartered Accountants. The first things you'll notice with Gunderson Briggs is that we are a firm with color. That means nothing. Like that could not mean less. Like I have an accountant. I've had a couple of accountants. I don't care if they're color. Couldn't care if they're green, white, whatever color, red, black. I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less if their offices were all different colors. I want a good accountant that can look after my personal and business taxes, and accountancy and planning and things of that nature. I couldn't care less if the person had a colorful personality, or I don't know what the color actually means in this sense, but nonetheless, that is a really odd ad, and the landing page was probably slightly more strange than the ad itself. But nonetheless, moving through to the next ad in terms of me rewriting. Now, I want to put forth, because the landing pages are so poor, I want to put forth the idea of creating a landing page that is unique, that will stand out compared to all these ads, which is not hard, granted. But you might be able to use this concept of contrary or conspiracy kind of theme to really stick out in your industry when all your competitors and possibly you are saying the same thing. So here's the ad that I've created for my smithaccountants.com. There probably is a Smith Accountants, and I didn't do that on purpose, but Smith is such a common last name in the Western world, so I've used that for no good reason. So warning, accounting lies. That's going to capture attention really quickly. Like you're looking for an accountant, you're interested in accounting for this little short period of time in your life because you have some need for it. That is going to capture attention, and that first headline is going to lead you on to the second one. The secrets no one talks about. Again, building curiosity. What the hell is this person talking about? I need to know these secrets. I need to know how people potentially are lying to me. How are the accountants possibly pulling the wool over me? And this is just hugely different to all my competitors. So just again, we've got the domain name, and then exposed. 3 ways accountants rip you off. How to audit your accountant in 15 minutes. How to pick the perfect accountant for you. What services do you actually need? Free report. Now, I would create a landing page that is congruent with the messaging of this ad. So it would be warming the lead, talking about how accountants rip people off and how you can set yourself up and arm yourself with the knowledge to stop that. Maybe a small checklist as the free report on how to audit your current account in 15 minutes, and then perhaps a little heuristic checklist, a set of questions, something of that, on how to pick the perfect accountant for you and your situation, because some accountants are better in some businesses than others. Most of the time it's not the case, but there's international based things that can cause levels of speciality. So a little checklist like that, this would without doubt capture attention, and the free report is the call to action. Again, I want to reiterate that this is not the rewriting of an ad of any of the previous ads, but further a way that you can be controversial, more kind of like conspiracy, really stick out in your industry. Typically, these types of ads will get a tremendously high click-through rate, and if you can match the landing page really well with the messaging, you can do fantastically well. This could, the free report could have an email automation sequence talking about proof, credibility, building rapport, showing case studies, etc., warming the lead even further. So just a real kind of more of a fun way for perhaps you to understand a particular theme or style of writing an ad that may work either well for your clients or for you in your business. And it's pretty easy for you to twist and pull and push this ad to mold it to your own industry. Okay, so next up we have bathroom renovations, remodeling types of businesses. These ones are kind of interesting in my opinion. There's some good ads here, and there's some really good elements that I feel like we can all learn from. Like I learned some things here, that you're seeing things in different ways, things that are already new, that I already understand and know, used in different ways. It's kind of just nice to see other people's interpretation and implementation of some rules and principles and best practices. So we'll quickly rip through these. So bathroom renovations, easy, simple, low cost. So again, probably keyword just match the keyword here is just matching the user's keyword, a little kind of perhaps like tagline of the business. We move into social proof with 400 plus bathrooms completed in 2018. That's a huge number. 400. That's wow. That's like 40 a month. Well, not quite 40 a month, but geez, that's a lot of bathrooms. I would find that hard to believe actually. But nonetheless, I'm not saying that it's true or not true. We provide Sydney amazing bathrooms at a low cost. Want to find out more? Contact Crystal Bathrooms Sydney today. Dedicated to results, obligation-free quotes, builders fully insured, live 3D walkthrough, licensed builders. Saying the same thing twice in some respects, I suppose. Like fully insured, fully licensed. I'd say one and not both. I love this. Not to poke fun at myself what I just said, it will say it is true. With 400 bathrooms completed, that fantastic bit of social proof there in my opinion. I love that. We provide Sydney with amazing bathrooms at a low cost. The benefit there, fantastic bathrooms, low cost. We don't have to talk about that too much. Want to find out more? Very similar to what I mentioned with the roofer previously about view with the gallery to see proof. You want to find out more, you click to find out more. Trying to get like a little micro yes, little micro commitment there, a little subtle call to action. Contact Crystal Bathrooms Sydney today, call to action, dedicated to results. That doesn't rub me the right way. Dedicated to results, it's I would say dedicated to stunning designs or something like that. That seems just a bit more applicable to this industry. I don't know. That's I'm nitpicking there a fair bit. Obligation-free quotes, benefit kind of call to action. Builders fully insured, live 3D walkthrough, fully licensed builders, and then obviously some just site links there. So quite a good ad there. We could find some elements of improvements of course, but pretty decent. So moving through to luxury bathroom renovations, $1,500 cash back. So again, like call to action offer, unique incentive there. Again, the 3D design is pretty much standard in this industry, in this geographical location. All our fittings and products add value to your home. Okay, I'm getting a renovation that you would assume that would be the case. But so that's a bit too simplistic, in my opinion, of a sentence. Call today, call to action. Sydney, 100 bathrooms completed. So drastically different number, especially if that's, they're both talking the 1 year. This one doesn't say 1 year, but you get the idea that is just a monstrous number for 1 year. Completed over 10 years experience, social proof, credibility factor there, 100% Australian owned. Just like a bit of an Australian thing there. We like to deal with people who are Australian. We don't like national corporations all too much. To me, that's filler, not useless filler, but low run filler. Competitive prices, great prices, saying the same thing twice in different ways. Not recommended in my opinion. Free in-home consultation, I like that in some ways. 7-year quality guarantee, I do like that. There is here in Australia, by legislation, you have to offer a guarantee. So most builders and people in this industry do not tell the person. Tell them. It will only help. No hidden fees, materials that last. So materials that last would be similar to up here. So we could say loosely saying the same thing twice. Not a bad ad. Again, as we just quickly spoke about, some elements for improvement for sure. So one of the things I can see in these two ads in particular is just the lack of emotional appeal or building rapport with the person's emotion, or trying to answer or provide value to the emotion that people want to derive from this particular service. Definitely something that could be hugely improved in these two particular ads. The last one we won't touch too much upon because it's not a great ad. So less said the better again. So just a couple more ads really quickly. Again, this is the same industry, same keyword phrase. We can see looking to update your home for a perfect bathroom. Our skilled team is here to create it. Book an appointment. Family-owned business, 2,500. Again, that social proof there. No emotion though. Bring your dream home to life. There's a slight emotion there. That's not too bad. That's okay. So this one here, again, pretty good. This industry in this geographical location is doing a more than satisfactory job. Renovations, Sydney, kitchen, bathrooms, custom design and built kitchen by the experts in kitchen and design and manufacturing. Sydney's premier kitchen. That doesn't make too much sense to me. Just stating something for the fact of stating it. Maybe that's plural and that would make sense then. I'd remove that line obviously. Experts with over 20 years experience in the kitchen and kitchen design and renovation portion there. So that's fine. Social proof, experience kind of element. Complete service. Again, that's something that doesn't happen in this industry, or that typically does happen, but sometimes doesn't. Sometimes the design is done by someone, and then the joinery company does the work, and then another tradesman does the installation. So the element of a benefit there. Superior craftsmanship. How is it superior? Substantiating that claim that needs to happen either here or on the landing page. Fully licensed. Expert craftsmanship. We're saying the same thing twice. Full project management, again saying the same thing twice here. Complete service, full project management. I would say that's the same thing in some respects. So not a bad ad. Probably not as bad as the last one on the last page, but probably the one with a fair bit of the most improvement, other than that horrible one. We've got the last one here. Bathroom renovation Sydney, just a keyword orientated headline. visit our Sydney showroom today. Call to action saying that they've got a showroom, you can go in. The presupposition, you can go in, see bathroom design, see fixtures, see accessories and things like that. We move on to descriptions. We can see quality bathrooms at prices you can afford. Okay, self-explanatory. Free 3D design. Again, we've seen that by a couple of others. Free quote, call now. Kind of just okay. Call to actions. To me, it's putting the cart before the horse. It's kind of asking for marriage on a first date or at the start of a date. That would be the even worse scenario. Is how would you know to contact them? There's been no relationship built. There's no benefit. There's no benefits. There's no proof, etc. So why would the person want to contact you yet? It's kind of like the more you tell, the more you sell. You have to tell something for someone to want to engage with something, or for someone to want to buy something, if that makes sense, hopefully. So moving through, we can oversee the design, planning, manufacture and installation of your entire bathroom. Fantastic, very similar to full project management, again, that level of specificity, detailing the whole process, which is not too bad. I like it. I'd like to test that and see and complement it with different aspects. 100% satisfaction, full licensed, on time and on budget. I know that can be important to people, especially the timing. Some people will go away in this world so they're not there for the renovation because you can't use the bathroom at that particular time, or it's just a burden. The sense of expectation is very strong within people. We want to know when things are going to be delivered. That's why Uber's so much better than taxis. We know when the Uber's going to arrive roughly, not always, but the majority of the time we can see that there's that sense of expectation. Some cities around the world, such as New York, have countdown timers for traffic lights and things like that. So they all reduce anxiety and friction within our psychological behavior. So yeah, really interesting there. Again, just location, some site links. So with my ad here, I went with Smith Bathrooms. They also have an accounting division, funny enough. Again, Smith Bathrooms just completely made up. So little attempt of a terrible joke there. So with this ad, what I want to do is go again a little bit and be a little bit controversial. I want to stick out. I've got a unique mechanism with my bathroom business, and I want to try and get that through to everybody and try and separate the difference between me and all the other bathroom renovator remodeling businesses in my industry. They're all talking about experience. They're talking about good quality product, good quality craftsmanship, 3D designs, etc. So they're all saying essentially the same thing as we just seen. Now, how could I stick out? Now, get a better bathroom design. Free interior design service, free 3D design, free 3D bathroom design. Don't let a builder design your bathroom. Builders build. Interior designers design. Fast free quote and 3D design from an interior designer. 700 plus bathrooms renovated. I didn't say a time, not like the 400. That 400's a lot in 1 year, as I mentioned. 7-year guarantee. So just another way to stick out in the crowd, and to say, wow, okay, this is a unique bathroom service compared to all the others. On the landing page, I can talk about the benefits of an interior designer. Perhaps they can. I could talk about them helping them with the design. They actually do the 3D design. They can help you buy the materials and accessories for your bathroom at a cheaper price, things of that nature. So I can further leverage upon that kind of unique mechanism or unique value proposition of this theoretical business, so to speak. So the next industry that we're picking upon and pulling apart is the speaker industry. Again, I picked this one because most people that are watching this video probably attended some kind of conference, or they watch YouTube videos like me with people talking. I'm probably one of the worst speakers in terms of like the technical aspects of being a good speaker, but nonetheless we'll punch through that little negative of my ability, and we'll jump straight into the ad. So this one's obviously a speaker business providing guest speakers, corporate speakers for events and things of that nature. So we have here International Speakers Group. Just the name of the business doesn't offer any incentive, benefit, emotional appeal. Doesn't the guest speakers was the keyword phrase, so it's not actually helping in that regard either. So I'll change that completely. Looking for a guest speaker. That's somewhat meeting. I think that is not somewhat. I think that's doing a relatively decent job of meeting the conversation that's happening within the prospect's mind. But there might be a couple of other questions that's also, roaming around in the mind of the prospect here, and we'll touch upon that idea a little bit later in a few moments. We move across to the descriptions now. Find a fitting corporate speaker for your organization's upcoming event. Okay, we're building upon this, so there's a link there. I like that. I think we're still missing just a little bit of icing on the cake here, but nonetheless, 10 years of experience. Inquire online. A little bit of credibility proof there. 10 years must be good. Been around for 10 years. We've seen that a million times in this video. Inquire online, call to action. So here we can see my hypothetical turnaround. Again, just this time I actually wrote an ad for these guys. I had a look at the landing page, but I didn't really pull anything that I thought would be of any use. I decided to again take my shoes off and put them in the shoes of the prospect and see what I could come up with to help. Normally I wouldn't do it that way, and if you watch again the video that I've told you to watch, the research would help me answer this more concretely. But nonetheless, we'll jump in and see what you think. If you like the ad so far, or any particular ad or this ad, drop a comment in the comment section below, of course. So my ad, how to pick the best speaker. So some people might not know what the best speaker is for their event. They have one, and it's obvious that they want a speaker, but how do they pick the right one? So make your event remembered. So everyone wants to be part of a memorable event, one that's remembered. The reason being is that the person who sets it up gets all the accolades. Also the speaker does as well, but it could be the secretary, it could be someone within the company. They all get a pat on the back for creating such a fantastic event. Things of that nature. You get the idea. The emotional appeal. You want to create something that was remembered, that was worthy. So the description line moves along in the relationship of the headline one. Input your requirements, audience type, budget, topic, and we'll list your best fit speakers. So I might build like a little portal or little survey that will capture this information and essentially spit out the speakers that I have in my directory that are applicable for this particular person. That this person doesn't have it, but it could be a good idea. It could be a good idea for your business in some weird way, shape, or form. Again, we could say see live examples of all our speakers. Again, nothing sells like demonstration. My other videos, I've told the story about the gentleman that invented the elevator. No one wanted to get into an elevator once upon a time because it was a metal box that could fall. But once he cut the rope and showed the redundancies of the elevator locking into place, everyone saw by demonstration that the elevator was safe. Again, see live examples of all our speakers. So by demonstration, I thought that could be a good point. Again, it's very much like some of the previous examples, like I did with the roofer, suggesting that come and see our gallery for proof. So again, little like micro call to action, so to speak. See and hear if they are right, if they are the right fit. Free consult. I ran out of space, but still free consult, free consultation. The central idea gets across. I feel like this actually could be quite a reasonable ad. You would have to change essentially the product or the landing page a fair bit, but I think the overall, it could be a good fit for them. Creating that little script, that little portal survey that makes the usability easier in some respects, but provides value to the user would be a tremendous uplift in engagement and also in conversion, I would believe. And also, if you would be able to get snippets of the speakers live, that would be goes without saying. Nothing sells like demonstration, as someone wise once said. Okay, this is our last example, and we're in the medical supplies world here. I have no, I've done a little bit of work in the medical world, but not in the medical supplies. Just to give you some context of some of my history of this world, done some things for some doctors. I've got two good friends that are doctors, but no, I haven't done anything in the medical supply, so I don't know too much. So this will be a bit of fun. So the first ad, unique medical devices. This is the keyword medical supplies. I don't think this ad is applicable. The keyword targeting is incorrect here. So we'll scratch that ad. Medical supplies Melbourne, McFarlane Medical. Medical supplies meets the keyword. I'm not in Melbourne, so that should be removed. That's not applicable to me. Order online for fast delivery to your door using our easy online shopping cart. Okay, benefit, feature orientated, not too bad. Large range of medical supplies, feature, benefit, good. In stock at wholesale prices, another benefit and feature, fantastic. Order online, we've said the same thing twice. Or call us. Okay, I understand. Call us. Bulk. It could be a medical practice or something like that. So you want to talk to someone, might get better pricing, but to bundle and ask things, or you get the idea of customer service. And they actually talk about customer service next. Fantastic. Customer service team. Servicing Australia, New Zealand, top brand, and finishing off the ad, services Australia-wide, expert advice on offer, fast delivery. Not a bad ad actually. Definitely some areas for improvement as we spoke about, but overall pretty decent. Moving through to medical supplies Australia, keyword orientated, highly affordable, benefit orientated, offices in 7 locations, a little bit of social proof, ordering online. Not sure if offices in 7 locations would be a huge benefit, but nonetheless, that's what they're running with. This is an ad that is written by someone who is not a marketer, or someone who is a marketer but a terrible copywriter. No disrespect to the person who's written this ad, but you want to make sure that you write ads in a conversational tone, not as an academic. Now, doctors might be the whole and soul market for this industry, but doctors do not go around thoroughly enjoying reading academic research papers. They're long, they're boring, they're often written in ways that are not enjoyable. Doctors love reading novels and things like that, just like everyone else does. And novels are not written in a egotistical academic style of writing because, well, no one would like it. So you'll get the idea in this ad. We are well positioned to service our customers for all their health and medical products. That is kind of a real kind of strange statement. We are well positioned to service our customers for all their health and medical products. The word positioning can mean so many different things, or positioned, that it just holds no level of value to this person. It's more like an egotistical statement. We move across to, we offer excellent logistics and distribution capability to get products. You could say that in a far simpler and more direct way that would, I think, resonate with the audience far better. For example, you could say, find your product quickly and have it shipped same day. Essentially saying the same thing, but it takes up more space, which we know is vital within these Google ads. But it just gets the idea across in a much more simpler and nicer way, in my opinion. And I've done work in what you would perceive as higher educated people that are in the academic world, and ads that are written in this type of style that never work as well as the simple. The higher academics and doctors and people with slightly above levels of education, formal education. It doesn't mean they're smarter. They still use jargon and slang, and they still swear. They weren't born better. Treat them as everyone else has. This ad is not doing that. So I feel like I'm really punching this ad in the stomach, but just trying to get the point across. So we move through. Contact us. 5-star customer care, benefit orientated, not too bad. Over 17,000 products, huge range. which is fantastic. Law of specificity there, not ultra specific, but you get the idea. Best price guarantee, I like the addition of that. Equipment and consumables, brands, equipment, ECG, etc. Contact us, order online. So definitely, you could say the exact same thing of that ad in a different way, and I think you would not only increase click-through rate, you would also increase the cost per acquisition and conversion. So yeah, I'm glad I did stumble across something like this. I think it's good value for everyone. Oop. Now the last one, we have save on medical supplies. Best prices and selection, medshop.com.au. Find the best medical equipment and supplies at Medshop. Order now and save. Top medical, and then the description lines are truncated, and that's unfortunate. We'll never know what they have to say. But with that being said, we can see price. We save on medical supplies, best prices and selection. Price is obviously a huge dictator in this industry. Find the best medical equipment and supplies at Medshop. Order now, and pretty similar to what some of the others have said. Now I've written 2 examples for this shop, and I wrote it for Medshop for no good purpose. And so we've got a generic ad, and I like the principle of writing one that's principle based and one that's like left field. Google recommends 3 ads, but unless you're spending quite a fair bit of money in one particular ad group, stick with 2. 3 is just too long to substantiate which ad is the best. So moving through, we can see my ad, save on medical supplies. I actually did mind that headline. Perhaps I got a bit lazy. I didn't really. I liked it because I think that's important for this field. Australia's biggest range, big claim there, but they are the biggest. They did say it on the website, so why not say it in the ad? Same day, fast, free shipping. My 2 mates are doctors, and sometimes they forget that they need things until they need it. So they want things fast. They book a patient in for a particular type of injection, but they don't have the equipment to do it. They want it delivered pretty quickly. Again, trusted by over 50,000 doctors every month. It's social proof. This isn't true, but I'm just trying to show you a different way to say social proof. Over 100,000 reviews. Again, a way to substantiate social proof and build credibility. Australia's biggest and best range, best price guarantee, 24/7 customer service, order online or phone, order shipped same day. Again, just benefit orientated, and I feel like this ad could be a mover and shaker and do particularly well within this industry. So the last ad that I want to talk to you about is a unique one, a real kind of a different one where you can use this if you're into influencer marketing, or if you're thinking about getting a particular person to endorse a product. Perhaps you're selling a generic product that has been endorsed, and you might check legally. You might be able to use this particular style of ad. But so let's just run on with it. Save on medical supplies. Didn't change the headline. Trusted by Dr. Charlie. If you're Australia, you will understand who I'm probably aiming at there. But this gentleman does have a 3-letter last name, but I changed it because, as I mentioned just before about checking things legally, I don't even want to poke fun at this guy because he's in the media for potentially the wrong things at the moment, and he might be getting... Anyway, I just didn't want to use his name clear cut, but you get the idea. Dr. Charlie XYZ, a professional... this is his quote then: "A professional service I've used for 7 years because of their quality." Now, again, you can... This is just a testimonial review from this particular doctor that's well known. It's an influencer in this industry. It doesn't have to be... You don't always have to have a celebrity. A celebrity can be within an industry. So this particular doctor is a celebrity within the medical field. Every doctor will know who this doctor is, and you might have someone like that in your industry. And then there's the presupposition of him saying that, I've used it for 7 years, so they must be good. Why would I continue to keep using them? Because of their quality. Obviously I don't have to illustrate, what that means. Best price, 24/7 customer support, order online or phone, order shipped same day. Okay, that covers 5 industries. Would you believe I actually did want to cover 10? I think we're both happy that I didn't do that because the video is a little bit longer than I thought, but I think there's huge amounts of value here. So I hope you've learned a lot through this practical deconstruction and reconstruction of real life ads, and I hope it helps you improve your ad copy and the ads within your Google ad campaigns. But before you go, I just want to ask you to do me a small favor. Smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and drop a comment in the comment section below relating to feedback about the video. Did you like the style of the video? Do you have a topic that you would like me to cover? I would hugely appreciate that. Lastly, but certainly not least, if you would like to have a little bit of a conversation with me, no obligation, certainly no selling BS of any nature, head over to my website at brenthamel.com. Scroll down to the bottom and we can schedule a time to have a conversation. I can break down the performance of your email automation sequences, your Google Ads accounts, your Facebook ad accounts, your search engine optimization, campaigns and practices and things of that nature. Anything pretty much marketing I can break down in a video that's very much like this and show you practical advice on how to improve your own marketing yourself without having to pay anyone, me or anyone of the like that. You can actually do that yourself. So I think it's a fantastic offer. Again, it's free. There's no obligation. I do this because I really do enjoy it. I learn just as much from making these videos and talking to you guys in these conversations as I hope that you do from engaging with me. So that, that's the huge reason why that I do this. So I really do hope that you do take me up on that offer because I would appreciate it from my learning perspective and meeting new people. Who doesn't like to do that? So with that being said, don't forget to watch the previous video on how to write the perfect Google ads. Don't forget to have a look at my Google Ads optimization playlist, or talking about all the different ways that you can optimize and improve your Google Ads. And don't forget to stick around, click that subscribe button, click that like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.